About a month ago, I posted a video about using an AI, Google's AI Notebook LM, to prepare for a mediation. During that video, I just mentioned in passing that I'd tried to get the AI to suggest a solution to the dispute. And the AI, as is often the case, said, no, no, I can't do that. You need to get a professional mediator. You need to take legal advice, whatever, whatever. So I didn't think that much more of it. And then as it happened, around about that time, I saw this paper in Nature. Um, about using AI to mediate sort of political disputes. It was getting people to come closer towards agreement on things like should taxes be higher or lower, should we have capital punishment, that kind of thing. So I read that paper, and by even more bizarre coincidence, the lead author is Chris Summerfield, who randomly I went to school with, and I haven't had any been in touch with him since. I sent him a note and called him up and had a quick chat about his paper. And that really got me thinking about maybe with a bit of work, we could get a current AI system to look at a mediation bundle and propose a solution to the two sides for them to consider, which isn't, of course, what a human mediator actually does, but the purpose of the mediation process is to get to a solution. And I just wonder if there's a way of using AI to get to the same endpoint in a very different way. So what I did was I gave the AI, actually I started using Claude Sonnet 3.5, because it just, as I was playing around with this, it was just doing a much better job than GPT or Notebook LM were. So I've given it some anonymized bundles and asked it to, well, first of all, what I asked it to do is just summarize the dispute, as I did with Notebook LM. Then what I've got it to do is talk through what it thinks are the possible outcomes if this goes to trial, right? What's the best case if Alice wins? Worst case if Alice loses? Bob wins, Bob loses. What are the intermediate outcomes? You know, and I'm putting a bit of a number on each of those. Then I ask it to do a bit of an expected value calculation. You know, what are the chances of Alice winning outright? What are the chances of Alice losing her shirt? What does that look like? What's the overall expected value for each person? So I'm kind of slowly walking the AI through a process, culminating in me asking the AI to propose a solution. And my instructions to the AI are, I want you to pick a number, which Alice is going to pay Bob or Bob is going to pay Alice, which you think is the number that both sides are most likely to accept, taking into account everything that you have read and all the analysis you've done so far. And oh my God, this is just mind-blowing, right? So there was this example where the kind of range of possible outcomes was kind of spanned about £500,000, right? The one party was either going to be up 300 if they did very well, or they'd be down 200 if they did badly, in a similar range for the other side. And so I asked Claude to suggest a solution to this dispute, and he said that Alice should pay Bob £140,000. The actual figure this settled on was £135,000. And Claude even suggested similar payment terms to what was actually agreed. Now, Claude definitely didn't know. There's no way Claude could have seen this mediation before, right? It's only known to me and the parties. And it doesn't even know who they are, right? Because I've anonymized it. There's no way it can be getting that from its training data. And I did a few more, and it's just amazing. It really is amazing. So I've done 12, which is quite an arduous task to get it all anonymized and what have you. And in all cases, Claude suggests a solution within 10% of the actual figure that was settled at. In half of the cases, it's within 3%. Just incredible. So you wouldn't think that information is really encapsulated in all the information in the bundle, but it obviously is. Even though it would seem to the parties they don't know, where it's going to end up. I don't know where it's going to end up when I'm helping them negotiate a settlement. But somehow or other, Claude is managing in all cases to suggest a figure which is very close to the actual figure that people settle on. Now then, is this going to be helpful? I don't know. because part of the reason people settle at mediation is that, they've spent months negotiating, they spent a long day, going through a mediation process, and by the end of the day, they're pretty sure that whatever is on the table really is the best offer that's going to be available. So there's a strong incentive to settle at the mediation. If you're just asking an AI to apparently pick a number out of thin air, you're really going to take it seriously. Maybe you're not, I don't know. But anyway, I have, because I quite like playing around with this kind of technology, I have built this kind of front end to what I was doing, which will allow you to upload a mediation bundle. It'll go to Claude using, incidentally, Anthropic's commercial terms, which have reasonably decent confidentiality clauses. Obviously, if you're going to do this, you're going to satisfy yourself that those clauses do what you want them to do. But it's a straightforward. We will keep the information confidential. We will destroy it if you ask us to. That kind of thing. As long as you're using Anthropic's commercial terms, you get that kind of protection. So you can upload your bundle. You can go through 3 stages. You can get a simple kind of summary report just to kind of get some reassurance that the AI knows what it's doing. Then the second report is going to be the kind of analyzing the possible outcomes and giving a bit of an estimated probability of those outcomes, and therefore calculating the expected value. And then final step, if you want to take it, is to purchase the proposed settlement figure, which obviously is just a suggestion. The idea, I think my idea here is that both sides would do this jointly. They would get the reports, they'd read them at their leisure, and they would then agree to reveal the proposed number. And they don't have to take it, of course. This is not it's just a neutral suggestion. But it seems that it's possible this could be a different way of reaching a settlement that doesn't involve a human mediator, and it's not doing the same thing as a human mediator. It's getting to the same endpoint in a very different way by going through a series of reports and analysis. But anyway, here it is, Claudius. I've called it Claudius because it's kind of based on Claude, and Claudius was known for doing some legal reforms when he became emperor. So there you go. If you're interested, give it a go. If you're connected to me on LinkedIn and you want to give it a go and you don't want to pay a few £100 and you're just interested, do get in touch, because I'll be quite keen to just have some people try it if you would like to, and see what you think without having to pay anything. Okay, hope you found that interesting. Do please comment below if you have any thoughts about this, and of course share the video if you know other people that might be interested. Thank you.